What up? What up? It's your boy Trey Little, and I am about to react to um the Kyle however you say his name, Rittenhouse arrest, and also talk about Jacob Blake. And before I get into this video, I already know what people are gonna be saying. I'm probably about to get a lot of hate. People about to come in here and tell me to stay in my place. They're about to come in here telling me to shut up. I don't know what I'm talking about. I have no right to talk about these situations. They're about to tell me, I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm just trying to divide. Anyways, you coming in here telling me I'm about to divide. I don't have no right to talk about this. Stay in my place. Like, that stuff gets old. I have an experience in America. I'm not playing a victim. I'm not complaining. I'm not trying to, divide. All that stuff people be saying I be trying to do, it really gets old. And, people can't just change my mind. You can't change my experience. You can't tell me I don't know what I'm talking about. You can't tell me I don't have these experiences. So the thing is, I just don't think anyone who doesn't have the same experience as somebody could just tell them how to live their life. If you white, you can't tell a black person how to live. If if you a black person, you can't say you know how every white person perceives you. You can't say every white person is racist. You can't say every white person is rich because of they got it handed to them. There's some white people who did get things handed down, and yes, the country was built off of slavery, and there's the such thing as systematic racism that stopped black people from getting ahead. It's not like I'm just laying out some of the context. It's not like a lot of people just believe black people are lazy, criminals, animals, vultures, scums of society, and we're just lazy and don't want to work, which is not true. Let me close my window because they are loud as heck outside. Hold on. As soon as I want to record a video, they want to start driving machines up the street. But I'm just laying a little context because people come in my lives and they start acting like they know who I am and telling me who I am, So all I'm saying is that people have to stop telling me and other people that we don't have the right to talk about these things or to react to these things or to be hurt by these things. It doesn't do anybody justice when people are telling us how to live our life, and we shouldn't be offended by these things. And I get it. There are people who look like me who do, some terrorist things or some whatever people call it, or bad things, or assault and attack people, right? Just like it's white people that do the same thing. There's just these categories that people put on groups of people because of something that they identify with. You know what I mean? So people getting in here calling me hatred and dumb and terrorist because I say Black Lives, all that stuff is ridiculous, man. Like I said, you cannot tell somebody else, because I get hate on all these videos anytime I react to these issues. All I'm saying is you can't pick someone else's perspective for them. So I'm gonna react to this video and then I'm gonna talk about it. But this is Kyle Rittenhouse getting arrested after he committed 2 murders. He shot up a Black Lives Matter protest.
A man was seen running down the street with a rifle in hand.
Yo, this young I don't want to get demonetized. I don't know exactly what's happening, so So my dude running up the street. He surrenders. That joke is killing me. So he's submitting. Oh, my bad. I'm not even showing what's happening. Hold on. My bad. Let me go back real quick. All right. So look. My dude is walking up the street after. Apparently this is after he committed the shooting or whatever, right? He walking up the street. They telling him to get down. He says killed somebody, right? He confesses to it, and that's that. He confesses to the shooting or whatever, and say he said I killed somebody or whatever. He said that like don't take. I know people about to be trying to take every little thing I say and try to use it against me, but apparently he said, I just killed somebody, and they arrested him and apprehended him. But then you look at somebody like Jacob Blake, who was shot in the back 7 times for breaking up a fight. Like, I don't know all the details. That's why I say don't quote me. But he was trying to break up a fight. And also they say he was trying to take some keys from someone, and it turned into an altercation. Police pulled up. Some things happened in between that. But he ended up being shot. He's actually in critical condition. He's not dead. But we don't know if he's going to survive. When police officers shoot, man, they trained to kill. Like, it ain't no like, oh, I made it or anything like that. Usually when police officers shoot, they shoot to kill. You know what I mean? So, like, I don't know. I hope you make it, but I don't believe shot 7 times in the back. I know people who were shot more than that and live, 9 times. But the thing is, seeing these kind of things is happening over and over and over and over. And I believe that until we can come to a conclusion to say something is wrong in our country, we need to fix it, it's going to get worse. You know what I mean? Like, we can't keep having these things happen. Like, there's a lot of people who turn a blind eye and say, oh, Jacob Blake's, let's look for any detail of why this was justified. Like, you can't really justify that no matter what. You know what I mean? Like, you can't sit there and look at this and say, this is okay. You know what I mean? And if you do that, then you're on the other side, and we can't control it. We can't change that. It's not black people versus white people. That's what people keep saying. It's not. It's everybody versus racism. It's not black people versus, just black people versus white people. Like, that's literally what's not happening. Let me block somebody. They being real racist and disrespectful. Hold on. Let me block them. But yeah. So, people are defending what happened, and, they're defending what's happening. And all you got to say is, listen, I don't care. I don't care for black lives. Like, I don't, you know what I mean? I don't support what y'all doing. Y'all not worth my time. Like, I just don't, you know what I mean? Like, that's what it's coming to. You know what I mean? Like, it's coming to that. You know what I mean? Like, people trying to argue and look for the details. Why can't people look at this and say, this was wrong. This shouldn't have happened. There should have been a better way. Let me tell y'all something. Anytime a black person is killed by police, I hope in my heart deep down that there was a reason that this happened. Not because I'm saying I'm for police brutality, but I'm saying in my heart, I hope that it was bigger than racism and that something happened to justify it, just like other people do. And this is why I say that, because I don't want to feel like every time I step out the house, I can be next. So part of me be like, please let this just be something else to it. But then I know it's not more to it. I know most of it is because of racism, or a lot of it is because of racism. But part of me be like, please don't tell me this just happened just because the police was scared and there was some bias and racism there and some prejudice there. Like, please don't let that be the case. But at the same time, I can say it was wrong. I feel like other people, they don't want to believe it was done out of racism or prejudice, so they justify it. And all I'm saying is, trust me, I understand wanting to believe that our country is better than that in 2020, but that's not the case. I've been a victim of police brutality as well. That doesn't mean that I have to justify every single thing, or that doesn't mean I have to hate every officer that I come across because I was treated with police brutality. You know what I mean? Like, I give officers a chance, you know what I mean? But when I see, like, racism, and there's a whole system that I believe needs to be looked at. You know what I mean? Like, it's crazy how it's always majority white people saying, police aren't like that, police aren't like that, police aren't like that. Yeah, the police aren't like that because your experience is different. You can ask almost every black person. Now, you will have that one black person that want to get some cool points and that want to be down and get accepted and be the one that's like, I'm black and I've never experienced. But he don't speak for everybody. You got to look at the majority of experiences. So I was driving. Somebody said, "How did I get through police brutality? Am I lagging too much? Let me know, y'all." But I was on my way to church. I had two young boys with me who were black as well. I was driving in my car, and I'm driving in my car. I got a black Honda, black tinted windows. I'm on my way to church, mentoring these two boys I had with me, and a cop get behind me, and I'm like, okay, let me get over because he's driving fast behind me. I'm like, he pulled me over because I switched lanes, and apparently I was being suspicious because I'm like, the dude is speeding up on me. Let me let the officer pass, right? Pull me over. He's like, where you going? I'm like, on my way to church. He like, where you from? I'm like, Detroit. He's like, why you on your way out to Taylor? I'm like, oh, because I go to church here. He asked for my license registration. I found my insurance, my license, everything. And I'm tapping my pockets like, oh my gosh, I forgot my license. Like, I'm sorry. Like, I left it at home. Like, is there anything I can do? Get out the car! Get out the car now! No, no, no. He threw me in handcuffs, put me in the back of his police car, searched me, searched my car for guns, drugs, was asking me if I had warrants for my arrest. I was like 16, 17 years old. I didn't even know what a warrant was at the time. He started looking at my record, had me handcuffed in the back of the car. I was very claustrophobic because I have anxiety. And then he started, his K9 was like, once he got back in the car, K9 snapping in my face. I really thought I was going to die, like, period, So, I went through that, and, the officer found out that I had a ticket speeding that I paid or something like that. You know what I mean? Like, and it was tough. Let me know can y'all see me and hear me good? Because I'm starting to try these new live streams, and I want to make sure they work. But, hey, I'm gonna block you, Stoner, because there ain't nothing to lie about, bro. I'm one of the most respected people in my city when it comes to people who have relationships with the city and police. I ain't got nothing to lie for. I'm gonna block you next time you say something disrespectful. But you know what I mean? Like, officer pulled me over, put me in the back, and then I was like honestly traumatized from that situation. And I had a cop recently that I'm cool with in Detroit tell me that, you can get a ticket for driving without a license, but maybe I should have just got a ticket. I shouldn't have been screamed at and arrested and searched for guns and drugs and all that stuff and put in the back. And it really messed me up, honestly. And it made it hard for me when I get pulled over by police because I never know if I'm going to be in that situation again. You know what I mean? So, yeah, like my biggest thing is like, we have to address this stuff. It's not black people versus white people. It's not black people versus cops. It's everybody versus racism. And if you're a person that's saying, black people too, if you're a black person saying, I don't care about police brutality, I ain't got time for that, it's not an issue, I'm tired of y'all whining and complaining, then it ain't nothing, like, it's all of us versus you then. It's white people, Middle Easterns, Asians, whoever is fighting for equity and equality, we're all fighting against racism. And if you're one of the people that's saying, I ain't got time for that, well, just stay out the way. But if you're someone who's trying to fight against us, like, we're trying to change the system. I ain't sitting here trying to complain. I'm having meetings with the chief of police. I'm talking to, people who know the mayor. I'm making changes in my city. And the only way we going to get through this is if we start getting together with our allies and we start coming together and fighting the system and standing against racism. You know what I mean? Like, that's all it has to be. And you got kids who want to clown and think they funny. Like, just stay out the way. This ain't for you. Y'all ain't offending me. Like, all the racist comments, like, y'all ain't you know what I mean? Like, all that stuff ain't gonna do nothing. You know what I mean? You can sit and talk on the comments and try to come at people like me, but people like me got relationships with the chief of our police, with the commander of police, and people in my city respect me because they know I have a relationship with the hood, and I got a relationship with politicians, and I got a relationship with the police in my city. So y'all can't come at me on some disrespectful, just closed-minded, I don't know what I'm talking about. All I'm saying is this. When something is wrong, I'm going to speak up about it, and ain't nobody going to stop me from speaking up about it. You know what I mean? Like, homeboy coming to shoot up a protest, I feel like it's going to be justified because people believe, you know what I mean, that all of us are terrorists. I'm not a terrorist. I got a wife. I got a kid. All I'm saying is I'm a protest, and I led Hundreds of people in the Black Lives Matter protest. We ain't burn nothing down. We ain't loot. We ain't steal. We ain't do nothing. We was on the news. We talked to some people in some high positions in some high places, and we got it done. Period. But that don't mean that I should be shot and killed just because I'm fighting for equity as a black person. And somebody in the comments, if y'all was to say I deserve to be shot and killed, then you the problem. Period. You know what I mean? And at the end of the day, like, I know it can happen to me, and you know my wife know this. So you know, like, we don't hold on to this life and feel like we want, like, the sad truth is I don't expect equality and equity while I'm alive. I know I might get shot down. I know this could happen. You know what I mean? So we're not holding on in that. But all I'm saying is I'm going to fight for change while I'm here. So if you ignorant and you like, I don't care, our system is perfect, America's perfect, we don't need a system change, then you're part of the problem. You can disagree with me about ways to come up. You can disagree with me about ways to fix the problem. You can disagree with me about, you know, if something was racially motivated or not. But for you to say there's no problem and our system is perfect, when you see, you know, it's not even just about George Floyd. It's about Breonna Taylor. It's about, you know, Jacob Brooks. It's about Trayvon Martin. It's about everybody who's getting killed. And then people want to pull the whole, what about black on black crime? There's crime whenever anybody is in the same proximity. Whites kill each other. Asians kill each other. Blacks kill each other. Like, everybody kill each other. And then people want to make it seem like we don't care. The thing is, people start throwing this disrespectful stuff at me when it's like, I do so much for my city. I visit schools for free. I talk about stop the violence. I do stop the violence campaigns, like performing at them. So like, come on, man, don't come at me with that crazy stuff because y'all don't know me. Just because y'all see me saying Black Lives Matter, y'all want to come at me and say I'm a terrorist and I don't care about crime in my own community. Like, y'all don't know me. Y'all don't know me personally. Y'all are just looking at me and my skin color and looking at this and saying, I'm the terrorist, I'm this, I don't care about crime in my own community, I'm crying a planet. Listen, my mom had me at 15 years old. My mama had me at 15. I lost my dad when I was 4. And yet still married, got a son, traveling, making money off music. I have a huge following of kids who are white. So it's like, y'all talking about somebody playing a victim. No. I can literally get a meeting with the chief of police in Detroit, like, this week if I want to. So don't come at me with that. It's like y'all uncomfortable and y'all want to make, you know, y'all want to make excuses for what's happening. If you're uncomfortable in making excuses, you don't have to justify it. Just say, I'm uncomfortable, something's wrong, let's fight together. And I'm going to be quick to say it. There are black people who are wilding and giving us a bad name, but listen, that ain't got nothing to do with me. That doesn't mean I should be shot and killed just because a black dude shot Lil Cannon. You know, that dude deserved to be in jail, which he got justice. He's in jail. I'm glad he's in jail, but that doesn't mean that I should be shot and killed because of the dude who shot Cannon. It's wrong what happened to Cannon. But what people want to say is that, look, they're all animals. Like, no, I'm not an animal. Come have a conversation with me. You know what I mean? So, like, I just think, man, until we can say, because I'm uncomfortable. I'm uncomfortable every single day of my life. No, I don't make excuses. I work hard. Listen, I done paid off $6,000 in debt. I got a 3,000 square foot house. Dog, we grew up with roaches and mice in my house. And y'all want to say I'm playing the victim. Y'all don't know me. So when I see a shooter shoot 2 people and then walk up to the police and he get away free, and then you see Jacob get killed, and it's like, no matter if George Floyd was on drugs or not, I just seen a dude on drugs last night in Detroit, and the police was walking up on him like, my man's, calm down, or we gonna send you to a hospital. Calm down. If you start resisting arrest, we just gonna grab you up, throw you in the car, send you to the hospital. Listen, I done seen 2 white dudes overdose in my neighborhood. Listen, a white dude, and I don't like bringing up race, but I bring up race when I feel like I have to, because people gonna do that regardless. Listen, a white dude crashed in front of my house, almost ran into my house. One of us could have got killed when we was out there. The dude was on heroin driving a car. He smashed into my neighbor's car. His daughter was in the back seat. Dude smashed his car. I went out there. My family took his daughter. My family took his daughter, and we took care of her, gave her water, gave her food, and we helped her. We took care of her. The police apprehended my man. They let the dude walk around, and then they let him get in the hospital freely. The dude was high on heroin and almost killed his daughter and almost tore up. Like, come on, man. And then I seen a white dude literally on the ground having a seizure from heroin by himself and almost got ran over by a car. I went out there and saved that dude's life. The police came, they took care of him, sent him to a medical center. Then I seen him walking up the street. That's how it should be for any race. It should be like that for black people, Middle Easterns, Asians. It should be like that for everybody. So y'all telling me because people get high and they get high to escape their problems, they need to be killed and took off the streets? Like, no. Come on, man. And if you one of those people, then you ignorant and we can't have a conversation. If you can't sit down and have a conversation and say, Trey, I don't understand what you're talking about. I feel like I disagree and I don't understand. Trey, can you help me understand? Then that's different. You know what I mean? So, like, if people don't want to have a conversation, ain't nothing we can do. I just stopped reading the comments. Honestly, I'm not even gonna read these comments. I ain't even gonna read these comments honestly because I'm fighting for solutions. I'm not about to argue with people on the internet. You know what I mean? So, but you feel me? Like, conclusion. We have to start having these conversations. If you're white, your experience is different than mine. If I'm black, my experience is different than yours. It doesn't make my experiences right and yours wrong. I'm not saying that. I'm saying my experience is right to me and your experience is right to you. And until we can have these conversations, this stuff is going to keep happening. And it's not white people versus black people. It's not black people versus cops. It's everybody versus racism. So if you were racist and you tired of black people, I'm not even mad at you, honestly. I'm not even mad at you for being racist, saying, I just ran into some racist people when I was on vacation with my family and they didn't want me at the park. I'm like, dang, I should have picked another park. I ain't mad at you. The thing is, like, we have to coexist in America and in the world. Like, you got to be okay with black people walking around. Like, and to be honest, all of us ain't animals. I can take y'all to Detroit, walk y'all through the hood and show y'all people, and you can have a conversation. They'll offer y'all food. They'll offer y'all water. They'll let you come in their house. The only time you will get shot and killed is if you come in the hood and start acting crazy. If you come in here flexing a diamond Rolex and a crazy Hellcat, then you're going to get robbed because people thirsty and hungry. But I can take you to the hood and show you some people, and they will love. I take people to the hood all the time. Some of my white friends come to the hood, and I walk them through the hood. And even people who hound drugs, I'm like, dog, get out of my face for we call the police and send you to a hospital. Like, we police our communities and we need more money, more solutions, more better education. We need police reform, and we need to redistribute funds for our policing system. There's so many different solutions, but we don't need to just be getting killed. You know what I mean? Like, that's not the answer. So anyways, man, I'm done with this live. I'm going to be back if y'all got some questions. I'm going to be talking about it.